if you buy a tomato, it's not a tomato anymore. It looks like a tomato, but there's barely any nutrition inside anymore.
Nutrient density is key, and it's so interlinked to like the way that we farm.
Food as medicine, or food is medicine, nutrient density, nutrient quality.
It has the potential to actually reverse climate change, to actually reverse chronic disease.
The higher the nutrient density, the higher the taste.
There's a direct correlation between the health of the soil and the ecosystem and the nutrient density of your food. And science is now showing that. As well as that, you get amazing taste, which is what we're here today for.
Our main mission in RHEA is to promote the connection between soil health and human health. We want to open the doors and invite you to experience this with us.
Glad to have so many people in conversation around this term that I've been associated with for so long as well. Have you ever eaten a tomato off the vine in August? And have you ever eaten a tomato off the shelf in January? If you have, you've probably experienced the fact that those two tomatoes are not the same. That variation in flavor is a variation in nutrition, which connects to your health, your children's health, and ecosystem function. Energy to move is one thing, nutrients to function is entirely different. Our DNA replication, our hormone systems, our glandular systems, our brain function. Nutrient levels in food have been decreasing over time ever since they've been measured for the last 80 years. This event here today is so exciting because we're bringing together people from different perspectives, we're sharing the science, we're experiencing the flavor, we're understanding the direct connection between our inner experience of food and culture and enjoyment and the science of health and nutrition and ecological benefit. These things are all actually one.
It has been proven that in the last 30 to 40 years, there has been such a big nutrient decline in so many crops. So basically what we've been eating is basically water, and that's specifically in the global north if you think about it. So we are over-consuming food, but we are like undernourished because we keep on like eating food that is grown in like unhealthy soil with monoculture, and then we basically have no health benefits from the food that we've been eating.
So we are what we eat, and food should be our medicine. And that's something we've known for millennia and from the very beginning of human existence. And we've kind of lost that. So we need to recover that connection with food as being the staple of our lives. And it's not just about filling your stomach, it's about really deeply nurturing your body. And so the message to people that the way that food is produced is actually really key for what you put in your body, and therefore how your body is feeling and responding in life, is absolutely essential. And we see that that's something that really touches people, because we all want our kids to be healthy, and we all want our elders to be healthy, and we all want to be healthy. So it's just almost like an easy package. You can just eat healthy and everything else will just take care of itself.
There's a really beautiful connection between flavor and nutritional density. It's scientifically proven. We know that animals have an ability to detect nutrition through flavor, and we are animals as well, so we have that same superpower. So anyways, you should follow flavor. It's the theme of my book, is that flavor is the very simple compass and very powerful compass we have to allow us to make the right food choices. And if we stimulate the right demand, then we can feed that into the farming ecosystem and make sure that we're farming for flavor, for nutrition, rather than for yield and price. So anyways, that's it. Follow flavor.
I'm a comms person, so I'm constantly looking at what narratives are going to resonate with people, what's going to make them care about restoring a landscape. And for me, nutrient density is super exciting because it presents this opportunity, this unlock, to make that case, that thread between us, the food on our plates, the soil it's grown in and the landscape health that makes sure that that soil is healthy, and then the food is healthy, and then we're healthy. And I think we've lost that connection, that thread has been severed somewhere along the way with industrial agriculture and with a philosophy in our society that tells us that we're disconnected from nature and from those landscapes that we're part of, and from those far away that are producing the products, the food that we're eating. But we're not, and I think nutrient density is that link. So we're really, really excited to be part of this conversation, to be part of this event. And we're really excited about what the potential of nutrient density could do to the conversation, the science that's coming through, telling us what we're putting in our bodies is the same as the health of the landscape. And so restoring the landscapes and restoring ourselves is one.
Don't underestimate, even though we're all in the bubble here, how many people don't know the variance within food, depending on, of course, seeds and genetics, but also mainly on soil and management. So we have to repeat that message, and then slowly we start seeing more entrepreneurs building things, more government leaning in, etc. But we're really at the beginning. I hope we will be further along when we started looking into this 8-9 years ago, probably. But it's picking up. Like, things like this wouldn't be possible 2 years ago, right? I think, and not even a year, I guess. So keep building. There's momentum. There's a lot of investing capital interested in this, not really knowing what it means or what it does. So there's a lot of education needed. Why this work is so fundamental, and keep spreading it. Don't assume. I think my main message would be: don't assume other people know. Even though we all have tasted a tomato from a plant compared to whatever you bought it, you know it's different. But most people don't connect that's the case with every food we have. And of course, processing is another topic. But I would say, remember, it's early. Share this knowledge, share the papers, share the books. If it's a video, if it's a podcast, if it's a clip, I don't care. But this message has one of the keys to unlock massive demand and all the other benefits.
Nutrient density is a key leverage point when it comes to bridging these two worlds between soil health and human health. It's a specific point where actually everybody understands it. Climate change and all of that is not something that people can actually grasp it. And environmental claims are actually very far away from consumer behavior. So people are not really buying if they're making a change on soil, but they're actually buying if they are making a change on their own health. So nutrient density is this kind of like pillar which connects both worlds, which is bringing soil health and regeneration, but also human health, so people feel this emotional connection. We're very much focused on data, research, laboratory analysis, technology, how to measure, when to measure, etc. We're very obsessed about data, which is actually so important, but the reality is that the conversation is very little focused on food and celebration of food and honoring producers. What we wanted to create today is an event where we can celebrate nature diversity and abundance. We can honor producers, and we can make this connection of nutrient density through our bodies, not our minds, not the very direct mental connection, but just feeling how foods can affect our health.
Nutrient density is very much in our brains, in labs, in research projects. Like, you need to come here and dine with us together and get everything with other people as well. So it goes away just from here and goes here.
Because there's a lot of people that are sick because of the structure barriers that we have that really need this food, probably way more than us, but cannot access it. So in your work, please include those people also in your balance sheets, in your budgets, in your projects, so making sure that we can share the table and make the table longer for everyone. Thank you so much. So please, big applause to the chefs.
Everything we've got seems to show us that ecosystem function is foundational to increased nutrition. If we actually facilitate this process deeply, openly, collaboratively, and empirically. But that is a project which has not yet been accomplished. This is a work we should ideally be doing openly, collaboratively, globally.
We're very early stages when it comes to nutrient density. How can we collaborate together? We need each other. We can't do anything alone. So we need the researchers, we need the chefs, we need the supply chains, we need the farmers, we need everybody to be on board, and we need a broader effort in Europe to make this work.
It's the final step, it's the demonstration that what people are doing on their land is actually good, not only for the environment, but also for people. Through that nutrient density, we can really take the health of the ecosystem straight to the table and into people's bodies.